ready to start. I'd like to call the Friday, July 10th, 2026 meeting of the Livingston County Electoral Board to order. The purpose of this initial meeting is to call the case, accept appearances of the parties, adopt the rules of procedure, and set the date, time for examination of records. Pursuant to state statute, the County Officers Electoral Board is designated for the purpose of hearing and passing upon objections to the nominations of candidates for county offices. The County Officers Electoral Board is comprised of the county clerk, the circuit clerk, and the state's attorney or an assistant designated by any of the aforementioned. When one of the aforementioned members is the subject of the objection, statute states that the county treasurer is to be their replacement on the electoral board. Since we were unable to secure a court reporter for today's session, we will be audio recording the proceedings. Meeting minutes will be prepared for the board from today's recording. Please remember to speak into your microphone, state your name prior to speaking, and only one person speak at a time. It'd be greatly appreciated. We will now have roll call. Treasurer Mary Ann Meyer.
Here.
Circuit Court Clerk Jacqueline Gregson.
Here.
And County Clerk Christy Mashing, present. We have a quorum and will proceed with the meeting. Also present and assisting the board is Stephen D. Mart, attorney with the Ansel Glick Law Firm. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I motion that the agenda be approved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Those in favor respond with ayes.
Aye.
And any nays? None. So at this time, I will call the case before us. It's petitioner's objection to the respondent's petition to be on the November 2026 general election ballot as the Republican candidate for the position of State's Attorney of Livingston County, Illinois. In compliance with statutory requirements, notice was served of the call to meeting with the Electoral Board via certified mail and hand-delivered to the following: Michael Donald Stalter, the petitioner objector, Mary Lawson, respondent candidate, and to the Electoral Board members, Treasurer Mary Meyer, Circuit Court Clerk Jackie Gregson, and County Clerk Christy Mashing. In addition, all of the aforementioned were also provided with a copy of the objection and Ms. Mary Lawson's nomination packet. The call to meeting and agenda were posted on the Livingston County website. I note that Michael Stalter and Mary Lawson are present. Are there any appearances as counsel to be filed and entered on this at this time? Okay, if you can speak into your microphone, please.
Is that better? It is better, okay. Robert Palmer on behalf of Michael Stalter.
Yep, green light is go. Thank you. Okay, the next step is to adopt the rules of procedure for the board. Did you get one picked up? I've got a bunch of them here.
I do not, I'll pick one up.
Okay. I say, did you get one, Bob? Whoops. We'll now take a few minutes to allow time for a review of the rules. Are there any objections to the rules of procedure?
No objection.
Okay,
No objections.
thank you. Okay, if not, do I have a motion to adopt the rules as presented?
I will motion that the rules be adopted.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Those in favor respond with aye. Aye. Any
Aye.
nays? None. The rules are adopted as presented. Are there any preliminary or pre-hearing motions to be filed? If so,
Yeah, on behalf of the, Mr. Stalder, I'd like to make a motion that the circuit clerk be recused or removed from the board here for the same reason as the previous case was last week with Mr. Tomkowitz's petition. Didn't work? Okay. We would move again to, Jacqueline Gregson can't sit on this. We'd move to have her recused because of her previous public support for Mary Lawson.
Yeah. It would be my recommendation to the board that the circuit clerk recuse herself due to the letter of support that she previously filed on behalf of the candidate. I don't know if the candidate has anything to say about it.
Just briefly, I think that, gosh, it's too close. Try that. There's no citing of rule or anything in the statute that petitioner is addressing that entitles them to the recusal of anybody on the electoral board at this point. I guess I would, without there being a specific in the statute to what he thinks applies, the statute does address the fact that individuals on the electoral board are likely to support everybody on the electoral board is an elected official. They do obviously have different supports for different individuals. And so my position on that is not necessarily that Ms. Gregson should or should not recuse herself, but that in order for that to occur, the petitioner should cite into where he thinks that that is mandated.
Mr. Fulmer, do you have a response?
Well, I mean, I'm surprised I even have to respond to anything because it's obvious she has a conflict of interest. And at least the appearance of impropriety, you know, she has publicly, not only before but also after Mr. Tomkowitz was appointed state's attorney, indicated she supported Mary Lawson for state's attorney. I mean, I don't know how she's supposed to, how we could possibly convince the public that she was fair and impartial when it comes time to ruling on things. If we need to have an evidentiary hearing, we can proceed to that too, but I can't believe there's anybody in this room that thinks she belongs on this board.
Well, Illinois law in connection with appointed officials and boards generally has a presumption that those people who are appointed to a board are without bias and without conflict and will faithfully perform their duties of office. This board sits in a quasi-judicial capacity in that it's making decisions with regard to the nomination and the objection, and it's very important for public trust, in my opinion, that there not be an appearance of a conflict of interest. And given the document that was filed in the previous objection case held by this board earlier with regard to the Office of State's Attorney, it is clear that she has taken an active position in support of the candidate, Mary Lawson, for the Office of State's Attorney. So I think there definitely is an appearance of impropriety. Whether or not she is obligated as a matter of law to recuse herself, you know, as Mr. Fulmer says, I think that that would have to be briefed and perhaps evidence presented. But it is my recommendation, because of her previous active involvement and the appearance, that she voluntarily recuse herself from participation in the board. So that's my recommendation.
On the recommendation of the board, I am going to recuse myself.
Thank you. And as in the previous objection that was handled by the electoral board, I will contact Judge Costigan and make arrangements for a citizen appointment. Although I think the next person in line is the sheriff, but I understand, Mr. Fulmer, you have an objection to the sheriff serving as well.
Well, I mean, I don't have objection. I don't think he should, and he would recuse himself. Because he's an active supporter for Tony Tomkowitz, and so.
Ms. Lawson?
I think for the same reasons as what Mr. Fulmer just indicated, if the recommendation was for Ms. Gregson to recuse herself, then we would find ourselves in that same position of a recommendation for Sheriff Baum to recuse himself.
All right.
I mean, if you need for us to stipulate, we can bypass the sheriff and go on to contacting Judge Costigan. I would so stipulate.
You okay with that, Ms. Lawson? Okay. All right. Well then, as previously stated, I will contact the Chief Judge, and we'll have a citizen member appointed, and hopefully that can be done promptly.
Okay, we will go ahead and schedule, okay, the next thing was a schedule for filing pre-hearing motions. Were there any?
I will be filing a motion to strike or motion to dismiss the objection. I have started on that. I think that I would be able to have that done and filed before end of day Monday.
She plans to file a motion to strike the objection, and she says she can have that filed on Monday. Will you want any time to respond?
We'd like to have
A week?
We'd like to have 1 week.
Not one day?
I mean, I don't know for sure what her basis is going to be.
Okay. Well, we want to move things
I
along.
mean, if you want to say by Friday, that'd be Friday next week, that'd be fine.
Oh, no, on the 17th, I didn't ask about this one. I'll call her back.
We'll be lucky to have somebody appointed to the other.
Well, I think we can get the appointment rather promptly, but
One of the issues is when I can get a court reporter lined up too. And they would have one available on Friday. I didn't check with next week.
That's fine. You just want to set a date I mean, are we talking about the day that we have to respond, or?
Day you have to respond. Is 3 days enough?
Yeah, three would be enough.
Okay.
Okay, so for Friday, the 17th then?
Well, she's going
Well,
to
She
file.
files Monday,
files
that'd be
hers
Thursday.
first.
Can you file by the end
Yeah.
of business on Thursday?
Yes.
Okay. So, in theory, we could meet again on Friday to make a decision.
That'd be fine.
Okay.
I know
Awesome.
we're looking for a court reporter. Did you indicate you did not look into the following week?
Right.
No, I hadn't checked with them. We were just went this week, because I just asked her about that, because I had everybody else's schedules too for this week.
I am unavailable on Friday, but if we could do it around the same time, I'll rearrange my schedule and make arrangements.
Like 3 o'clock
3 o'clock will work.
on Friday, the 17th. Oh.
Or even noon on Friday.
Will we receive those via email?
That was the next thing to ask if everybody would be in agreement to receive the information by
I was only
email.
inquiring because if he doesn't file to the end of day Thursday, I need to have time to review it still. That, if it's emailed, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah. For this one? Okay. All right, so when is, was she?
She's going to have hers on Monday. He's going to have his on Thursday.
Okay, so Mary will make her reply on Monday, the 13th. And Mr. Fulmer, his response on the 16th. And then, okay, set this date for another time or what? Or we won't do it on Friday then? Okay. Okay, would everybody be available on the 17th at noon then?
No, I thought we said 3 p.m. I'm sorry?
I did, but we weren't sure.
She did. She did
I-
say 3 p.m.
I'm actually unavailable on Friday, but I can make myself available by 3, if we can do 3 p.m. I cannot do noon on Friday.
Okay. Well, I can call, we can make it again.
Yeah, we'll have to, I mean, as far as scheduling, we have to coordinate with the court reporter, we have to coordinate with the citizen appointee. So I don't know that we can set a date for certain right now.
What date would work that following week?
I could do Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday the following week. Anytime on those days.
What about the, okay. When we get done here, I will call about the court reporter to see when they would be available the following week, the week of the 20th. I know we can't do it the 24th because this room is booked at that point. So we'll have to figure out something. And then if we have the new person, we have to check with their schedule too for on our board. Okay. So it looks like we will get back in touch with everybody and let them know. I'll let everybody know as soon as I can on what we have for that week of the 20th, and still go ahead with when the replies are supposed to be from all of you, and we go from there. And once we get them, then we'll get them emailed back and forth to everybody too, so they all have it.
Sounds good.
Okay?
Very good, thank you.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Mr. Fulmer, just for clarification, were you available Friday at 3?
I was, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, if you can. Okay. Let's see. Do we need to set a time?
I would just indicate that on the Wednesday, the 22nd, 1 o'clock would be okay, or after.
Huh? Okay. One of the board members has an appointment that date.
Okay.
I'll cross through that. And like I said, I'll go ahead and get a hold of the, Joy on the court reporters to see what dates are available for that, and then we'll get back. Try to get this all together with everybody's schedule, so that's the hardest part. Okay. Do we need to set a time for exam of records or just see what's going on? Okay. I guess at this point, unless someone has something else, we will go ahead and recess until such time that I call the electoral board to reconvene. Motion to recess by Nikki?
I can get it on. I'll motion to recess.
Okay, and second by me. Meeting recessed at, let's see, we got 3:45 almost. The meeting recessed.
Thank you.
Thank you.